It's hockey night in Keene as we welcome you to Keene Ice, positioned in beautiful southwestern New Hampshire for the home opener and the return of Keene State hockey here on the Owls Media Network. Tonight it's the Franklin Pierce Ravens and the Keene State Owls. And high above the ice, joined alongside Ryan Otterson, my name is Teddy Steinberg. It's been 259 days since men's ice hockey has played here at Keene Ice. That was senior night, and that was a 6-4 win over Worcester State. The Owls also hosted Franklin Pierce here last season. Keene State came out on top 7-1. They led after the first period 5-1. Ryan, how did the Owls approach this game?
Well, Teddy, following the 2-1 win against St. A's last night, I want to see the Owls continue how they played last night. They went down early, but battled back, and especially due to the stunning debut of Jack Chouinard, who had a goal and an assist last year. This Owls team just needs to stay disciplined. They'll be in a good shape.
Chouinard will center the second line tonight with sophomores Sean Gray and Joe Fontaine on the wings. Our key players to look at tonight, starting with the Ravens. Number 19, Mario Paganini. He led Franklin Pierce in goals, second in points last year as a freshman. He scored their only goal here at Keene Ice against the Owls. Ryan, you and I called that game. What do you see out of him?
Mario's a sight to see for this Franklin Pierce team, who struggled severely last year. 10 goals as a freshman and a speedy 5'10" winger out of Harrison, New York, who can definitely give the Owls trouble again this year.
And we'll see under new head coach Connor Foley how he'll perform. And speaking of Foley, a very young head coach. He was hired in the summer, this past summer, 2025, a graduate of Franklin Pierce only 3 years ago. Our Owls key player tonight is none other than number 17, Marcus Chrysofides, now wearing an A this year. Marcus led the team in all scoring categories in their inaugural season and will look to be one of the main pieces for this Owls team now playing in the LEC. He was held off the score sheet last night, but expect him to make some noise tonight. As the starting lineups finish up, we'll be back in just a moment. It's like Christmas here for some of us in Keene. Hockey is back. The Battle of the Birds, Ravens and Owls, coming up next on the Owls Media Network, brought to you by Sports.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is gonna fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this?
the Owls Media Network. Teddy Steinberg alongside Ryan Arneson. The starting lineups have completed. The anthem has been played. A look at head coach Bobby Rodrigue in his second career season as the head coach for the Keene State Owls. Took them to a 14-10-1 season as in their inaugural year last season. Graduate of Keene State back in 2000. Was very strong at the helm for the club hockey team. And we are just about ready to go. Starting goaltenders tonight. In goal for Franklin Pierce is senior Jeremy Connor. A career 8-16 record with a 3.71 goals against average and a .906 save percentage. Ryan.
And for Keene, we got freshman Cam Reardon in making his NCAA debut out of Guilford, New Hampshire. Reardon spent time with the New England Wolves in the EHL before committing here at Keene State.
Ben Skelton, the main starter from last year, got the nod in the first game last night in the 2-1 win. They'll be splitting more often as the games are on the weekends, which we are more excited for.
Exactly. Very excited for.
Fans are starting to filter in. Head referee tonight, Michael Natalie, and Christopher Saka, the linesman, Joseph Young, Jack Mikominski, and we are underway for the second season of men's ice hockey here at Keene State College. Here's captain of the Franklin Pierce Ravens, Doug McGuire. He fielded it over to Todd Branish. That one dumped in deep, and chasing after it in the corner is Caleb McCauley. McGuire unable to check it in, going all the way down. Boschetto chasing after it. The linesman ways off icing. Here's Peyton Jones, the Owls' fourth line starting tonight. Paganini will leave it for Austin Pick. Pick will fire it in deep over the cage, and now retrieved by Declan House. Here's Boschetto staying on sides. No. Jared Martin just a tad too far up the blue line, and we'll have a neutral zone faceoff.
That was a good rush there that we saw, though. I mean, they timed it up a little bit roughly, but that was great to look at. That was a 3-on-2 right there, going the other way early on.
So Franklin Pierce had their first line out there. The Owls had their fourth. Now the Owls' first line is out there, consisting of the big trio, Christofides, Carney, and Unger. Very strong for the Owls last season as Lindholm will feed it over to Sean McBride. McBride had that one off of Unger, heading into the near corner. Chasing after it is Joshua Tisdale. He takes a check. Unger takes a check there as well from John Sterling. Battling for it now is Chris Carney. The Owls scored 58 seconds into the game last season against Franklin Pierce. We are 1 minute and 9 seconds in so far. Now here's a chance. Here's Chris Foster. Gets a shot and the save is made by Cam Reardon, the first of his young career. Now Sean McBride knocks a player down. Carney trying to get space. He's on sides and retrieves the puck. Here's Christofides now. Takes a shoulder check from Cole Madsty. He goes down. Poking away is Thor Hansen. Retrieving it. Unger can't get a shot off. Here's Giovanni Ursula taking a shoulder on the boards, and we will have a penalty here. It'll be interference. And that one will go, I believe, on the Ravens. That's Giovanni Ursillo, and the Owls to the power play.
Yeah, and this is an early opportunity here, looking good. I mean, this is how Keene State kind of got rolling early on, was those early chances against Franklin Pierce last year. It was a 5-1 game after the first period.
They had 2 power play goals. Both of them were by Thor Hansen.
Yeah, Thor Hansen had it. That was his night.
Here's McBride. Sean Gray. McBride. Here's Lindholm. Getting a shot from the circle. It's blocked. Now chasing after it behind the net. Pardon me. That one cleared out. I believe that's Zach Chouinard out there on the first power play unit. It is. Battling for it behind the net. McBride gets it over to Carney. And Carney will leave it for his sophomore teammate. Here's Sean McBride getting it in deep, cross corner. Chasing after it, Joe Fontaine. He'll take a big check. Retrieved by Chouinard. Chouinard a goal and assist in the Owls 2-1 win last night. Here's Fontaine. Near circle, the shot saved by Connor. Now here's Chouinard. Cross ice. Out in front, call it. It's tipped wide by Peter Unger. Good stick check there. Call it on the near circle. Save is made. Jeremy Connor has been solid. Now here's Call It. That one from outside. And loose in front, battling for it. And Connor shuts the door.
Yeah, that was a great offensive possession there, but Connor's been really good right out of the gate.
Multiple big saves there. 32 seconds left on the Sullivan Tire power play.
That one was tough. I mean, they were really setting themselves up to tee it up a lot on that one, and he held through on that.
Beautiful cross-ice passes by Call It, by Chouinard. Unger had a few chances to bury it. Couldn't do it.
A lot of open shots early on.
That one cleared high. Past House, chasing after it is Sam Mitchell. Mitchell gets the shot off. Reardon easily turns it away. Good defensive pressure there by the Owls defenseman. Now here's Thor Hansen. He'll get that one in deep. And cleared back down ice by Keenan Howard. So potentially one last rush here for the Owls on the power play. Ursillo comes out of the box. Chrisofides makes some space. The backhand goes wide. And House is there to retrieve it. He'll fire that one on net. A loose rebound. Unger pokes it wide. Here's a shot from the point. Save made by Connor. Unable to clear it out. That's Isaiah Frankel. And now in the corner, Hansen will battle. Battling with Howard as Chrisofides gets the loose puck. A nice move off the back of the cage. Luke Festa tries to find Koshel. It's through his feet. So the Owls with huge pressure early. Now one dumped cross corner for a change. Koshel gets a stick on it, but coming away with it is Frankel. Try and control in the corner. A nice hit there by John Sterling. Now Frankel behind the net. A loose puck, and it's in. They score! Franklin Pierce is on the board first. Chris Foster gets the party going.
Yeah, and you kind of just take a nap a little bit there. If you're Keene State, you kind of get a little bit of a power play hangover. Reardon, you're going to face a couple shots early on in your career. It's just, not going to go your way. But this is where you kind of just have to rebound, quickly through the Owls. I mean, this period could be a 4-5-1 period again if we can focus in on that,
Just a rough sequence there out in front of that. Chris Foster, in his first career NCAA game, has his first career NCAA goal. As that one's cleared cross corner. McBride battling forward with Ursillo. Play there. Sterling now. He lost it. And he'll get it back in his own zone. Martin in pursuit. That one sent all the way down. Reardon plays it. Now here's Peyton Jones. He couldn't handle it. Sterling now with the loose puck. Ursillo on the far boards. Good check there from McBride. Good shoulder there. Physical play early. But we saw the Owls go down about 5 or 6 minutes in last night. They battled back and won that game 2-1. As chasing after it, Macaulay behind the net. He's pressured by Mario Paganini. Now trying to work out of it. Martin throws a check. Behind the net controlling is Franklin Pierce. Good play there by Carney. But the Ravens get it back. There's a shot from outside. It's deflected high. Now Pick throws a high hit. He goes down too. That was on Jared Martin. Lindholm will lose the battle. Pick gets it to the point. Christensen fires it cross ice. No one there. A great stick lift, but the Owls able to come away with it. So huge momentum here early for Franklin Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy offensive.
Here's a chance for Keene. The save is made by Connor. And some post-whistle pushes and shoves as Chrisofides took the shot and Connor shut the door. The Owls will get an offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, another great save there by Connor. Another great opportunity for Keene. You just can't get yourself frustrated if you're you're having opportunities, and a goalie's just playing really, really well. I mean, he's already faced 7 shots here in not even 10 minutes. Like,
Matthew Frett, he jumped early. He'll be thrown out of the face-off circle. Kearney wins it back. Koschel shoots, it's blocked and into the protective netting. So there'll be another offensive zone face-off for Keene State.
yeah, and that's what you got to do is just keep putting shots on net, even if it's going to get deflected. One of these is going to go through. Just happened for Franklin Pierce.
Here's Hoffman, that one goes wide. Unger trying to gain control. Christofides will now battle. Unger and Christofides now on the near boards. 5 players on the boards. Doug McGuire comes away with it. He'll lose it momentarily. And it's cleared back behind the net. First one there is Todd Branish. That one kept in by Hoffman. Now Unger tried to feed it to Kearney, but intercepted. Now here's Koschel. Good chip off the glass, handled by Unger. Between the legs, pass to Kearney. Kearney chips it around Branish. Centering pass never got through, ended up going behind the net. Stepping there is Festa. It will go back out to Ryan Koschel. Now here's Cole Madzi, one of the many Ravens wearing the A for them this season, along with Todd Branish and Austin Pick. Now battling for it in the corner, 3 Owls, 2 Ravens. That one goes out of play. Was it deflected? We'll see. Drew White was the one who made initial contact.
Honestly, the way Franklin Pierce has played here early on, Teddy, the way it looks, I think they're going to be a more competitive team this year. I think they're going to be a more competitive team. They're going to hang with people this year, I think. I don't think they're going to be pushed around. 2-25 is not something I think we're going to see this year from a team like this.
I mean, you can't really go much further down than what you had last season.
And I mean, you get a new coach, you get someone who's young, who's going to work with these players.
New freshman as well.
He's their age, you know what I mean? Like, he knows them, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's going to be a big thing for this team, I think.
They lead the Owls just about 8 minutes in here. 1-0 due to Chris Foster finding the rebound. One deflected into the zone. Collett's the first one there, now controlled. And going down is Joshua Tisdale, taken away by the Owls. Festa trying to gain control, and he's unable. That one taken away by John Sterling. Sterling with speed, and leaves it to the side there, no one there. His teammate went for a change. That one played off glass. Nice hit there by Sean McBride, throwing Giovanni Ursillo to the ice. Ursillo gets it poked away. And here is Tisdale. He'll take a check. Gray over to McBride. That one chipped in. Good play there by Chouinard. And Connor will come out and play it behind his net. Kept in by Lindholm. Here's Fontaine all the way around. Up to McBride. Shot from outside, deflected. And I'm not sure if Connor got a piece of it or not, but ends up going to the back boards. That one thrown on, deflected just over the blue paint. Connor took contact from Chouinard in his crease, but we play on. Franklin Pierce able to get it out. Head pass for Ursillo. Ursillo fires a shot, and the save is made by Reardon. Now it's the second time post-whistle we've seen some pushes and shoves. Definitely a physical game here early, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to be a physical game. I mean, these two teams, this is the only sport they play each other in, you know, and they're 30 miles away from each other.
Yep.
You know, so it's kind of a little bit of a rivalry. There's a little bit of something there, these teams, you know, and I honestly think it's going to get physical as the game goes on.
This is the second meeting all time between these two teams. Reardon able to make the save there. We talked about the first meeting last year didn't go too well for Franklin Pierce. Right now, they're pretty satisfied with how the game is going, but like you mentioned, somewhat of a rivalry. Hopefully, that can be developed as they are basically 20-25 minutes apart.
Yeah, no, I mean, some battle of the birds or something. I think you said it in the pregame, just some kind of thing. I mean, these teams are close. It's the closest college we'll play.
Obviously, in-state rival Plymouth State and all other sports will take on the Owls in LEC action for the first time this season. As here's another chance for Franklin Pierce. Reardon flashes the leather.
Yeah, that's another great save right there. Two terrific glove saves right there. I mean, Franklin Pierce is really putting the pressure on here early. I think Keene State didn't really expect it as much. I think they expected a more like lenient and lackadaisical kind of team like Franklin Pierce was last year. And I think that's kind of where Keene State's at right now, is they're realizing it's going to be more of a competition here.
Franklin Pierce has seemed ready to go. That shot came off the stick of Mario Paganini, who we talked about in the pregame. As that one thrown on, Reardon. Another rebound chance for Franklin Pierce. Now lead pass Chrysophides. Only got McGuire to beat. Nice find there for Unger. Unger takes a shot. The save is made by Connor. He'll drop it for Chrysophides. Back out front, Unger swung and missed. Now Macaulay, good physical presence there at the blue line. It is cleared down, and will be an icing. So a chance here for the Owls to attack. 9:45 to go in the first period. Franklin Pierce unable to change. A tired group out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity here to take advantage with your first liners on a tired line from Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce wins the draw. They get it out of the zone. House is beat by Paganini. And finally, a second effort on defense from the Owls. Paganini was on a 1-on-3. As here's House who'll shoot it. Saved by Connor. The rebound. That got deflected high. Marcus Chrysophides had an open cage, but a good stick there. Now Chrysophides comes away with it. Here's Carney. Carney finds Unger. And it goes wide, but Unger taken down. The Owls will have another power play.
Yeah, that's another great opportunity right there. I mean, a mess in front of the goal. But, I mean, this is a good opportunity here for Keene State. I think they've had a certain amount of time now to kind of regroup themselves. Their first power play, I would say, was a relatively successful power play. They got a lot of shots on net. They almost scored 3 times, you know. But I think this is a good opportunity here, and I think the best opportunity you're going to get to just bounce right back in this game.
Sam Mitchell will be called for a trip. I mean, ultimately a really tough chance to finish for Unger, but then again, a great job drawing the penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Lindholm. He'll shoot right into the chest of Jeremy Connor. So 5 seconds in. A shot on goal, another offensive zone face-off for the Owls' second Sullivan Tire power play. That's Chouinard lining up with Fontaine and Hansen. Franklin Pierce wins the draw. McGuire off glass and all the way down. McBride chasing after it. Franklin Pierce sending a forechecker. The Owls will break it out. Here's Fontaine. Hansen. Hansen now works around the net. And poked away and thrown back down ice. So the Owls out shooting Franklin Pierce so far, 10-6. They've struggled with rebound control to this date, not all on Reardon, but in terms of right out in front of the net. The house is what we like to call it.
Yeah.
Here's Lindholm. Down low, Chouinard. Hansen, nice spin move. Never got through. Chouinard, the follow-up off the side of the net. Here's McBride. That one saved. Back up top, McBride. Lindholm tries to find Fontaine. Couldn't get it through. Lindholm now. Chouinard. Back up top, McBride. That shot deflected and out of play.
Yeah, that was a good little system right there, setting each other up. But, I mean, Jeremy Connor, I mean, it's just been, terrific here so far. He just gets in front of everything. And he's run it really low. He runs the pads low. He doesn't stay up in that, butterfly. He kind of really keeps himself low to the ground. I think that's where Keene State's kind of struggling, is they're aiming lower.
That's really what you see. He's 6 foot tall, not the biggest goalie out there. So they really have to be strong on those legs.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this is where you start to kind of focus on maybe going glove side or blocker side on him a little bit more. He's kind of like, when he gets lower, you got more opening on the top. He's going to have to reach for it a little bit. He's a shorter guy.
Exactly. Here's Christofides making some space. Christofides, beautiful move, in on goal, and the save is made by Connor. What beauty out of both players there. Here's Christofides up top to Declan House. Back to Christofides, he'll shoot, and Connor couldn't handle it. He makes the save, but the Owls get it back. Christofides, cross ice, and Franklin Pierce has killed another power play. Christofides loose in front, and Connor is able to cover it. Carney, some last-minute shoves, but another offensive zone face-off for the Owls.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to see a lot of the scuffles. I mean, we already had a goal early on where it was kind of a flunky little play in front of the net, but that's kind of what you're going to see, especially from Connor. It seems as though a lot of these shots are going to have funky little rebounds here tonight because he's diving and flailing all over the place to make these saves.
You saw that shot from Christofides. It hit him up high. He couldn't catch it. Here's Hoffman. Tries the stutter step, gets it behind the goal line. And here's Austin Pick. Into the corner, Koschel chasing after it. Poked ahead by Hoffman. Sean Hoffman scored his first career collegiate goal with just about 2 seconds remaining in the first period against Franklin Pierce last season. That was a fun moment. We interviewed him after that game. That shot didn't get through off the back glass. Now a penalty is called now on Keene State. I believe that one will go. We'll see here. Looks like that's Jared Martin. And we'll get called for the penalty.
Yeah, and that's a tough break right there. I feel like there was a lot of offensive momentum in Keene's direction. It's just completely squashed right there.
So we'll get a first look here, or the first look at the Franklin Pierce power play. Already leading 1-0 on the Owls. That one comes out to the point. Looking for a shot, McGuire, he'll pass instead. One-timer, it never got through, and McCauley will clear. That one had some heat on it, but blocked out in front. Here's Nick Fish, over to McGuire. Ursillo, poked away, controlled by Festa. Not enough on it, and McGuire now has space and speed. Doug McGuire leaves it for Ursillo, and Reardon will make the save.
Yeah, Reardon's been really good on the glove side. That's his third save of the night on that glove. I mean, Franklin Pierce is really testing him from that angle. I mean, I don't know. I would maybe switch my angle, I think, after third time's a charm. I don't know.
Shots from outside he's been well with. Rebound control, we'll see if he can really adjust that.
Yeah.
As there's been some rebounds. Obviously, the goal for Franklin Pierce came off a rebound. There's been a few other chances as well. I get the nerves are there. It's your first career college start. You're about 14 minutes in. The shot from outside. And I don't believe that one got through. Now Peyton Jones chasing after. A player goes down, battling with Branish. A chance for Keene. Boschetto couldn't finish. Michael Boschetto also had a goal in the Owls' 7-1 win last season. Here's a shot, and Reardon with the glove once more.
Yeah, that was wow, terrific opportunity on one end and then another great opportunity on the other end. But I mean, at least you got some sort of momentum kind of coming back your other way. You can live off that shot if you're Keene State. You know what I mean? You're not just losing everything from your momentum.
Keene State 15 shots on goal in the first period of play. Ursillo, cross ice pick, down low. Paganini, he takes a hit. Battling forward, Chouinard, up to the top, McGuire. Here's Pick. Out in front, they score! What a find! Nick Fish puts the Ravens up 2.
Yeah, that's just another rough kind of defensive shift there for Keene. I think now, if you're Franklin Pierce, you really got some momentum. I mean, this is not that. First one was what could be a fluke. You know what I mean? All right, now you got two. Now you got two over Keene.
Yep.
And you got a goalie who's not letting anything go by.
Making some big saves. That's Fish's obviously first of the season, his 6th of his career. A junior out of Ashland, Massachusetts. That was a beautiful play there on the power play. Good find out in front, little tic-tac-toe action. As the Owls are in dire need of some momentum. Kearney has thrown 2 big hits this shift, and the bench loves it. Now Kearney retrieves it in his own end. Up ice, House has a player jump on his back. That's Drew White. And the puck is knocked away. Christofides gets it in deep before taking a hit. Bad pass there. Kearney couldn't come up with it. And White will send it down ice. Icing is signaled, but Lindholm will get there first. I don't believe that one had enough juice on it. Here's Branish over to McGuire. Takes a nice hit there. Downfield, and icing is whistled. Ursillo arguing he got there first.
Yeah, that was a close little race right there. I mean, I think if you're Keene State in this situation, you got to really take advantage of the fact that you got some tired Franklin Pierce skaters out on this ice right now. You got 3 minutes left, 3 minutes, 46 seconds left to make the goal, get a goal here before the end.
We saw, obviously, we mentioned the Owls were down 1-0 after the first period. They were outshot in that first period as well. Followed it up with a goal in the second and a goal in the third to come out 2-1. Here's Collett now. Played off sides. Never touched Collett, so the whistle is not blown. Ursillo, a nice move, but too far for him to handle. Collett, cross ice now. That's chipped in. Staying on sides is Festa. Great job there, but ultimately it's cleared out by the Ravens. A packed house here in Keene. More and more people start to filter in to watch Keene State men's ice hockey. Their home opener. Hansen, a shot from his seat, is turned aside by Connor. That one played ahead, chasing after it is Matthew Frett, and he'll clear that one in. Reardon behind his net. Frett, shot from outside. The save is made by Reardon. That one from Cole Madzi. 2:34 to go in the first.
Yeah, that's a quick little good bounce back save there for Reardon. I know he's probably feeling it a little bit right now with the 2 goals, but I really do think this has come from a good offensive, system from Franklin Pierce and kind of a little bit of some, lazier defense on the Keene side, especially with the rebound control, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, he'll make up for it. He's made some great saves.
No, he's made some terrific saves. I think he's just, it's momentum. It's all about momentum, keeping yourself up, keeping yourself positive,
Yep.
Don't let, because he can go with the rest of this game and not give up another goal. I believe that.
Broken stick out there. Martin will control, and he'll get it in deep. Throws a check there, but Madzi takes it away. Ad for Paganini, bats it out of midair, but McCauley takes it away. Kept in by Fish. Keene State calling for offsides, but I believe that one did stay in. That one too far for anyone, now controlled by Christensen. The airboard's played back up. Jones got the last tap on it. It will roll all the way down. Tisdale will be watched by Fontaine. A nice move there by Joshua Tisdale. Hits around another one, but Fontaine takes it away. A bad bounce. That one off the referee. Here's a shot. That one blocked by Christensen. Off the stick of Sean Gray. He had the game-winning goal last night in the third period. Up top, McCauley. That one saved by Connor. The rebound. Connor saves it again. Chouinard, a shot from outside. Connor, 3 saves in a row.
Yeah, Connor's out there racing right now. I mean, the Keene State offense seems to have everything perfect except for that last shot, and then Connor just somehow gets in the way of it. I think, honestly, Keene State just got to keep pushing and don't give this up. You know, it's been a really, really tough period. When you put 17 shots on someone in a period and you don't get a goal, like, that is frustrating.
And definitely in games like this, you are going to break by that goaltender at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Who knows if it's in the dying moments of the third period, but Jeremy Connor has come to play tonight. Obviously, the senior goaltender on this team. There's a look at our athletic director, Marty Testo, chatting with some friends. We like to get a shot of him every game. But just over a minute to go here in the first period. Unger tried to find McBride. Didn't get through. Unger now controls on the far boards. Here's Christofides trying to make some moves. Christofides has really been shut down. The Ravens defense has been strong to this point. Trying to get a tip on it and goes wide. Here's Kearney. McBride behind that. We're under a minute to go here. 50 seconds left in period number 1. Christofides up top, McBride. Shot, that one blocked. Todd Branish got in front of it. Christofides trying to keep it in, but ends up going out. McBride now with a rush. Sean McBride scored the first goal in Keene State men's ice hockey history. That one from outside, the save made. Now ahead, here come the Ravens, and they're blown off sides. So 24.3 to go here in the first period. We'll have a neutral zone face-off in front of the Keene State bench. Franklin Pierce, if you want to say in shocking fashion so far, leads the Owls 2-0.
I mean, absolutely. It's shocking for sure. I mean, this is a new team. I mean, every year a new team comes in and new guys come in, a new coach comes in. You know, things can kind of change.
The Owls looking for one last rush. There's 11 seconds, now 10 to go here. Out into the middle. Here's Collett. Good stick there by Thomas Perivalotis. That one cleared away. And that will do it for the first period of action here at Keene Ice. Franklin Pierce has come out and stunned Keene State in the first 20 minutes of play. They lead 2-0. As we head into the first intermission, we'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of period number 2 here on the Owls Media Network.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
Here she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
My name is Zachary Irving. I am a business management and finance major. After I graduate, I am going up to Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm going to work as a climbing guide for Acadia Mountain Guides. I'm going to get to be outdoors all the time and really do what I'm passionate about, which is teaching other people how to rock climb and showing them the places that I'm passionate about. Keene State allowed me to pursue my passions in a way that convinced me to pursue them for my career, and I'm glad that I'll be able to continue doing that afterwards.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
My name is Ali Alzawar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person, I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network. Teddy Steinberg alongside Ryan Otterson. We are back for the second period of Franklin Pierce and Keene State. Had linesman Joseph Young getting ready to drop the puck. Franklin Pierce leading the Owls 2-0 in what most people would consider, at least here, pretty shocking.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think both game plans for both teams has to kind of be, if you're Franklin Pierce, just keep it up. You know what I mean? Just do everything you've done in that first period and, you know, just keep competing out there and playing, you know, your game. And if you're Keene State, goldfish memory.
Yep.
You know, just forget about that period. Forget about the shots. Forget about the frustration. You know, attack, you know, Connor just like a whole nother goalie. You know what I mean? Don't even look at him as like he's some, you know, tough goalie here tonight. You look at him completely different, come out here different, and I think Keene State can turn this around.
We've seen the Owls, there's a centering pass, walking around. Here's Declan Ellis. We've seen the Owls make multiple comebacks. They score! Right on cue! Marcus Chrysofides cuts the lead in half. 43 seconds into the second, Ryan.
Absolutely great way to start that period. And who else?
Yep.
Who else is going to score for you to start the season?
Caught me a little off guard as I was trying to give a little recap, but his first goal of his second season here in an Owls uniform. He had 18 last year. Just who you want getting on the score sheet. First for Keene State. He's been right there all game too. Had many chances in the first period. And right there on the one-timer, he gets it to go.
Yeah, that was what they were looking for the entire first period, was those one-timers. They just could never get one to go, and the first one of this period went.
That was a rocket too. Perfectly placed. And it's 2-1. Now battling in the far corner. Lindholm, Chouinard, McBride, Ursillo, and one more Raven I can't get an eye on. Well, puck still in the corner. Now up to Sean Gray. Takes a check from behind, loses the puck momentarily. And Fontaine ahead for Zach Chouinard. Chouinard cross corner, chasing after it is Gray. Pressure from behind, but managed by Tisdale. Now here's Sean Hoffman. Hoffman has space, he'll take it. Across the blue line, fresh on is Luke Festa. That shot almost got through. There's a shot from the boards. Now behind the net, Tisdale. Kept in by Koschel. Over to Hoffman, back to Festa, too far for his stick, and Frett will control it behind the net. Hansen now battles with two Ravens. Frett comes away with it. Taken away by Collett. Collett working behind the net. Out in front, and no one was there. They're played back down ice. Koschel chases after it. Now Weissing. Ahead for Hansen. Hansen gets a two-hander, loses his stick, and the Owls will go to the power play for the third time tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you wouldn't want if you're Franklin Pierce in this situation when you give up an early goal. Now Keene State has the momentum, has that power play, and I think, you know, I think Keene State can get another goal here. I mean, I think those first two power plays were some of the more positive moments in that first period from Keene State. I think this could be a really big one. You see Chrysofides lurking in the back.
Yep. Keenan Howard is called for the slash at the 2:36 mark of the second period. Centering pass, puck loose out in front, battling for it, Chrysofides, and Connor is able to cover it up. Like you mentioned, yeah, Franklin Pierce, not the start to the period you wanted. You had a really good first half of your shift offensively. You are flying out there. Then the Owls got going offensively. Chrysofides, 43 seconds in, he couldn't handle the puck there, but now you're on the penalty kill, not even 3 minutes into the period.
And against a really dangerous power penalty kill.
Rebound goes wide. Chrysofides had another chance. Here's Hansen. Down low, Chrysofides. That one poked away by Chris Foster and cleared out. Good play there by the freshman. He has one of Franklin Pierce's goals tonight. The other belongs to Nick Fish. That one came on the power play. And poked away. Mario Paganini has a breakaway. Cuts in front, and the pass goes between the legs of Austin Pick. Now here's Peter Unger with speed. Too far for Call It. Unger will battle in the corner. And that one cleared away down ice by the Ravens. And back to that chance by Paganini. I would have just let it rip. Shoot for a rebound. However, he stopped, cut his momentum short, and tried to fire a tough pass to the backhand of Austin Pick. Here's Kearney, nice move, back door, they score! Keene State has tied it, 3:59 into the second period. Joe Fontaine with the equalizer.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we expected from Keene State in that first period. This is the type of offensive pressure we expected from these guys out of the start. And this is a really drastic change from that first period. A terrific job bouncing back in this game.
Someone grabbed that puck. They did. Joe Fontaine, the first goal of his career, the sophomore from Lancaster, Massachusetts. And just like that, it's a brand new hockey game.
Yep, 0-0.
We talked about it over intermission, how the Owls can get back into this game because they weren't too far out of it. We also talked about it at the beginning of the period, the Goldfish memory. They've done a perfect job of that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they've come out here with a completely new turn to leaf. I think this has been a complete...
Here's a chance, John Sterling, he scores! John Sterling puts the Ravens back up 1. What a goal!
Yeah, terrific pick right there. I mean, he stole it right out of Keene State's hands. And I mean, now you got one-on-one with Reardon. That's Reardon's first probably one-on-one breakaway opportunity he's going to see, here as a Keene State Owl.
Good fake, good move by Sterling. Goes 5-hole on the freshman. And just like that, 23 seconds later, Franklin Pierce is back up 1. A good play there at the blue line. Good shoulder by a Raven. I'm not sure who, but it allowed Sterling to find that loose puck and just have a breakaway with Reardon. Now here are the Owls on the attack. McGuire will clear that one away momentarily, battling for it, and kept in by Keene. Now behind the net, McGuire. Good hit there on Foster, but he clears it away. During the celebration with Sterling, we saw Sean McBride throw a little shoulder at one of the Ravens players. That one went uncalled, but we definitely don't want the emotions to get too high for Keene State, as this game is far from over.
No, yeah, you can't get frustrated. You have the momentum still, even with being down 1. You have 2 goals here really early on in this period. I mean, there's nothing to really get too worried about or frustrated about. You just got to keep playing your game.
That was a good chance there for Mike Collett. On the deflection out in front, Connor makes the save. Offensive zone face-off for Keene State. So just like that, 4:22 into the second period, we have 3 goals.
Yeah, no, I mean, this has completely changed the game. I mean, this has become more of an offensive game. I mean, especially from the start of this period. I don't know if it's going to keep going like this or if we're going to start to settle down. But yeah. I think the offenses are starting to really click.
Here's Hansen up to the point, a shot. Connor makes the save. That one kept in by McCauley. Trying to clear it out, unable. And Collett fanned on it. And now a chance for a pick. That one into the corner, couldn't handle it. Nick Fish, he already has a goal here tonight. Back to Pick in the corner. Off the side of the goal on Reardon, but that one finds its way out of the zone. Joshua Tisdale is quick to get it back in. Now here's Festa. Cleared away by Hansen, back to the stick of Tisdale, who will fire it in once more off the blocker of Reardon. And a strange pass out in front, dangerous, intercepted by Drew White. McCauley plays it to the point, a shot from outside, never got through, cleared away. Now Luke Festa, does he have enough speed to get there first? He does, he'll carry it behind the net, loses it momentarily, throws a shoulder, and now the Owls battle behind the net. Here's Unger, first line back out there for Keene State. He has Lindholm, he hits him, Lindholm Couldn't get a good shot off. It's kept in by Keene State. Here's Unger now. Curling on the near boards. Centering pass. Couldn't get through. The follow-up shot. They score! The man himself, Marcus Christofides, has two. We're tied once more.
Absolutely great offensive shift there. The movement, the puck movement was perfect. Christofides had the whole entire net to shoot at right there, too.
It took a sec for the puck to cross the goal line and momentarily hit off Connor, finally snuck through. And Marcus Christofides held off the score sheet last night. Has 2 goals in the home opener.
And I just don't know how Connor gets a piece on it really there. I mean, he had a really open shot. It's even on those moments tonight, Connor's still kind of making an impact.
McBride threw a huge hit on the far boards, and he will be called for interference. So the crowd loved it, the bench loved it. However, the referee said, nope, that's a penalty. He didn't have the puck.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch out for this because Franklin Pierce has scored on the power play here tonight. So, you know, you got to go out there and you got to get a good penalty kill here. I mean, you haven't had a lead in the game, so you know, you don't want to keep giving Franklin Pierce these opportunities. Just keep taking the lead.
Especially you just tied the game. You just scored a goal moments ago,
and
now you're back on the penalty kill.
In this period, you tied the game and let them score 20 seconds later.
Yeah.
So you know, you really got to hold this down right here. Really big penalty kill.
This is Franklin Pierce's second go at the power play. Like you mentioned, Ryan, 1 for 1 so far. Nick Fish capitalized to give Franklin Pierce a 2-0 lead late in the first period. That's Hoffman battling for it. Coming away with it is Paganini. He'll wrap it around for Pick at the point. Back down low, Paganini. Battling for it, Hoffman. Strong play there by Sean Hoffman with that long stick. Battling with 3 Ravens. The Owls doing a good job positionally. Up to the point, McGuire to Hoffman. He'll clear it away, now controlled by Busquetto. 2-on-2, Busquetto cuts to the middle of the ice, fires, it goes wide. And now they have to back check. Good job by Peyton Jones forcing Nick Fish to clear it away, and Jason Smith, that one hit off of a Raven. Puck exits the zone. Still working for it on the far boards. Paganini, a nice hit there by Busquetto. Here's Koschel, and he'll fire it down ice. So 50 seconds left on the Ravens' second power play. 11:40 to go here in the second period. A bombardment of goals from both teams. We've had 4 so far in the opening 8.5 minutes. There's a shot from outside. Reardon got a piece of it, didn't know where it was afterwards, but it found its way out.
Yeah, I mean, Reardon just took a shove right there from the Franklin Pierce player after the play was over, and there was no call.
The whistle blown there. I believe offsides is the call. Not too sure. Face-off will be at center ice. But Cam Reardon, very solid so far in his debut, although the 3 goals allowed on the 14 shots he's faced, really, besides that breakaway goal, it was a beautiful move by Sterling. The other 2, he never really had a chance.
No, he didn't really. I mean, he's been good tonight. I think. I mean, honestly, like,
here's another chance for the Ravens. A shot in. Reardon flashes the glove once again. That was Isaiah Frankel with the opportunity, and there's another example of Reardon being strong despite the 3 goals he's allowed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he has really played a fundamentally good game here, and I think he's had a little bit of a lack of support on the defensive end from his, from his fellow teammates. But honestly, for a debut, I really think he's hanging in there well.
Chouinard went early. He'll be forced out of the zone. 5 seconds left on the Franklin Pierce power play. And that will do it as McBride comes out of the box. Fontaine throws a check on the near boards. That one wrapped around. McBride is the first one to come up with it, battling with Frankel. McBride goes down. Frankel controls. McBride lost his stick, and they still battle for it in the corner. Frankel up to the point. Here's a shot, that one blocked. Joe Fontaine got in the way. Another shot, another block. Sean Gray and Zach Chouinard got in front of that one. Centering pass intercepted by Chouinard, and Lindholm comes away with it. He'll loft it up ice, chasing after it. Icing is waved off, a delayed penalty. That one is going to be going on the Ravens. As Reardon goes to the bench, battling for it, controlling is Sean Gray. And taken control of by Cole Madzy, the Owls will have another power play. 9:57 to go here in the second.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be another big one here for Keene State. I mean, they've looked really, really good in this period on offense. Yep. Giving them that time to kind of set themselves up a bit, I think is going to be really big here, especially where you see Chris Afidis lurking for his hat trick right now.
Isaiah Frankel is called for the slash. The Owls will have a chance to get their first lead of the evening. Head coach Bobby Rodriguez must have said something to the boys in the locker room, as they've looked a lot more complete here in period number 2. Here's Unger. Hansen. Shot from the side. It goes off the shoulder of Connor and out of play.
Yeah, no, I mean, this first line for Keene State, we saw it last year a lot with these guys. I mean, Chris Afidis, 33 points, Carney, 24, Unger, 22. They're the big offensive production for this Keene State team. We've already seen it here tonight with Chris Afidis with his 2.
Yep. And Hansen out there on the first power play unit. He's the center of the first power play unit. He had 17 points last year. He tallied 9 goals, 2 of which came against Franklin Pierce here last season.
Yeah, no, he had a really good season. He was really one of those unsung heroes for the team, kind of a really good player that supported from, you know, as a freshman, you know, as he gets older, he'll become, you know, bigger here.
Definitely a big power forward for Keene State as he'll fire it cross ice. Unger tried to get it back into the middle, but it's cleared away. Now Reardon will have to pass it. Pressure here on the forecheck by Franklin Pierce, but now it's 5-on-3 as Matthew Frett has to get back. House will slow things down. Here's Hansen. Back to House. Cross ice, couldn't get it through, and cleared back down. Chris Afidis' chip pass, couldn't handle it. In the center is Hansen, now taken away by Pick. Austin Pick, the save is made by Reardon as Chris Afidis brought the net to the backboards. Trying to slide and take away the pass there, but took away the net with him.
And a stick. Snap that clean in half.
Luckily, he's got many more of those.
Oh, absolutely.
So 45 seconds remaining on the Owls power play, brought to you by Sullivan Tire. 8:41 to go in the second period. First unit stays out there for Keene State. Chris Afidis, Hansen, and Unger, with House and Lindholm on the back end. I want to head for Lindholm. Jack Lindholm has space. Backdoor pass, couldn't get it to Unger. Now in the corner, Peter Unger tries to find Chris Afidis, poked away by Franklin Pierce. Now here's Marcus Christophides, already with 2 goals here tonight. And in the period, he shoots, and he fanned on it. Hansen now battling on the backboards. Making his way through, gets it to Christophides. Final seconds dwindling down on the Owls power play. Christophides, that one goes high. And now here's McBride. Down into the corner, back to full strength. 7:50 to go here in the second period. Hansen shoots, he scores! 4! Hansen gives the Owls the lead. 4 goals from Keene State in the second period.
Absolutely, a snipe from Hansen, dude, unbelievable. He just got it right out top in the front and just pounded into the top left corner. And that was where you need to go on Connor. You know, he goes low. You got to go high. That was a perfect shot from Hansen.
A strike of lightning from Thor Hansen gives the Owls the lead with 7:47 to go. Their first lead of the evening. This high-flying offense we saw towards the tail end of the season last year, I believe, has come to life. Koschel will chop that one in deep. Played behind the net, but Basquetto gets there first. Hoffman. Now Martin on the near boards. Jones tried the centering pass there. It never got through. Koschel shot goes wide. Back up to Hoffman. Koschel the one-timer, blocked out in front. Puck still loose, it's cleared away. Now here's Chris Foster trying to get a step on Hoffman. A great play there by the big D-man. Chris Foster opened the scoring here tonight with his first collegiate goal, playing in his first collegiate game. That one got deflected, so icing is waved off. Here's Drew White taking a hit from Hoffman. Peyton Jones, a dangerous pass, intercepted. Here's Tisdale taken away. Good pressure there. Now Basquetto has Hoffman on a 2-on-1. Michael Basquetto to Hoffman and never got to him. Good stick there by the Ravens defenseman. Now that puck squirts out to Koschel. Couldn't get a lot on it, but bouncing puck goes over to Tisdale's stick. And we'll go all the way down. Now here's Chouinard. Gray is there to help. Puck ends up going out of the zone. Back checking is Declan House, the captain of this Owls team for the second straight season. Fontaine chips it ahead. Good stick there by Nick Fish. As House tried to get into the middle, it's knocked back out. Chouinard plays it down ice. Here's Tisdale. Takes a check, but now a chance for Nick Fish. Pass out in front, it gets deflected and out of play. What a chance there for Thomas Parivalotis.
Yeah, no, I mean, Franklin Pierce is kind of doing a good job here responding a little bit to the Keene State goal. They've put a lot more offensive pressure on Keene State here, and this is the first time we've really seen them kind of own a few minutes of offense in this period. Another thing I want to touch upon, this is just crazy. Oh, as we look at Connor Foley, their head coach, graduated from Franklin Pierce in 2022. I think he's going to be a good person for this program as a younger guy with these players. I think this team obviously has only up to go, you know, and I think he can definitely help them get there.
You can't get much worse than last season. Finished 2-25-2. As here's Paganini chipping it in deep. McGuire all the way up on the rush. 4 players battle for it. It squirts out to the stick of Sean McBride. And I want to head for Luke Festa. Festa never got through. Now here's a shot deflected and to the near boards. Big hit there. Collett gets called for the penalty. And he'll get some words from Franklin Pierce players. From my point of view, obviously it's a hit from behind. The player goes down, but obviously I wish we could get another angle. But it seemed as though the Franklin Pierce player was already going down when Collett initiated the contact. Yeah. Obviously still a dangerous play there, so Collett will sit 2 minutes for boarding.
Nope, 5 minutes.
He gets a 5-minute, wow.
No, that's huge. That is really big for Franklin Pierce right there. That's the final 5 minutes of this period completely on the man advantage.
So Mike Collett is called for the 5-minute major for boarding. A goal will not stop the power play as this 5 minutes will run until it's up. 3 seconds into the third period. Franklin Pierce already 1 for 2 on the power play. And a huge opportunity to get maybe more than even 1 goal here.
Yeah, no, I mean, you definitely have an opportunity to get one here. I mean, even 2 or 3. I mean, that's asking for a lot, but I mean, 5-minute major is a lot of time to play with here, and I think if you're Franklin Pierce, you really want to get that going. You really want to get this game tied up before we end this period.
Head coach Bobby Rodriguez getting a second word from the refs, just a confirmation. The puck ends up going out. Here's Austin Pick. He'll back skate it, drop it off for Nick Fish. Nice poke there by Peyton Jones. Another follow-up poke. Peyton Jones with a good stick. He goes down. Owls looking for a penalty, and they'll get one. So a trip called there. That one going on Nick Fish. We'll play 4-on-4 action for 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a lucky little break right there for Keene State. I mean, now you got a couple minutes to play. Even strength kind of kills off a little bit of this time. Open also, 4-on-4 kind of opens the ice up a bit more,
Yep.
It's like I think just one step away from 3-on-3 we see in overtime, but you can see a lot more opportunities arise in these 4-on-4.
Obviously, drawing the penalty is Peyton Jones. What a shift he had. Poking it away on the initial entry, gets another follow-up poke check, and then draws the penalty by going down along the boards.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's like hard working, exactly what you asked for, kind of a glue guy mentality right there.
That's the reason why he has one of the A's. Now here's Chrisofides trying to work on McGuire. Chrisofides goes down, McGuire comes away with it. Lindholm fires it back in deep. Lindholm still battling right on the blue line. Kearney comes away with it. He's got some space. Down low, looking for Chrisofides. The puck ends up handled by Connor as Chrisofides crashed into the net. He's all right. So Jeremy Connor, 26 shots against, 4 goals allowed, so 22 saves. And he's been great.
Yeah, no, he's been really, really, really good tonight. I mean, this has been such a high offensive power game, so the goalies have just been doing anything they can. They've both done really well.
That shot from outside is handled by Connor. Look at athletic director Marty Testo. He's just as excited as we are, as hockey is back in Keene State. For the second season of both the men's and women's programs, Keene State women's hockey traveled to Hilbert for this weekend. Last night they won 8-1. Today they won 1-0. Hilbert's goaltender today made 63 saves, Ryan. Here's a chance, they score! Joshua Tisdale ties the game. What a shot from the sophomore. And this second period has been bananas.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been non-stop action from the get-go. And Franklin Pierce has hung around with Keene State in this period, and it's hard to when a team scores 4 goals on you, but they've somehow made their way back into this game and kept it tied up, and they're still going to have a couple minutes on that power play to end this period.
Yeah, the second goal of the sophomore's career. The shot beats Reardon short side. And 3:38 remaining here in the second. Still a whole minute left of 4-on-4 play. We're tied at 4. So we kind of saw this in the home opener last season against Riviere. Keene State fell in overtime 6-5. This one is on pace. At least right now, Koshel, that's a tough fall into the boards. At least on pace to maybe even have more scoring than that. It's
yeah,
on
I mean,
pace
the way
to
this
at least
period
be
is
that
gone.
scoring, yeah.
Yeah, the way the period is gone, I think absolutely you could.
Here's Chrisofides trying to make a move. Good defensive play there. Now here's Kearney. Back over to Chrisofides. That shot blocked. And right back to Marcus Chrisofides. Here's Kearney. Shot from Hoffman scores! Unbelievable! The Owls lead again! Sean Hoffman puts the Owls up 5-4. Just moments after Franklin Pierce ties it.
This has been an unbelievable period. That's 5 goals for Keene State in this period. And think about it, they had 17 shots in that first period. They have 11 in this period.
Yeah.
And they have 5 goals on that.
Definitely they've been making some better opportunities for themselves, finding the open man. Connor has done everything he's been able to do. But this is just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been a crazy, crazy game.
There has been 7 goals scored in the second period, 5 for Keene State and 2 for Franklin Pierce. And did that one catch the ceiling?
It might have.
Be a face-off all the way down in the Owls' defensive zone. 2:31 to go in the second period. That puck squirts out of the zone. Peyton Jones in pursuit. 4-on-4 is over, so Franklin Pierce still with 2 minutes and 20 seconds of power play time. That one stays in. Nick Fish comes away with it. Lost the puck there. But now here's McGuire. Walks the line. Pick. He shoots. Reardon makes the glove save.
Yeah, and I think Reardon's been really good in this period. I think he's kind of had a little bit of a turnaround here. The Keene State's defense has also done a lot better, I think, in this period. I know they've given up 2 goals as well as the first. But overall, I feel like they're just minimizing the Franklin Pierce opportunities a lot more in this period.
Well, the 2 goals for Franklin Pierce this period have come off the odd man rush. Sterling on the breakaway. Tisdale had also an odd man rush. He fired a nice shot in, but here's McGuire. He scores! Deflected in front, Austin Pick. We are tied at 5, and this bananas period keeps on rolling, Ryan.
I mean, this is just unbelievable. I mean, both ends, in either or, regardless of the side they're going to score here. I don't know.
We had multiple goals in a span of about 4 minutes to start the period. We've had multiple goals in a span of about another 4 minutes towards the tail end of the period.
It's been the same.
We'll get a confirmation. Your screen says Paganini got the last tip on it. Austin Pick was also out in front. We'll get a confirmation for you guys momentarily on that. Player goes down. Sean Gray clears it away. 1:35 to go. So obviously the goal coming on the power play does not end the power play, as it was a major call on Mike Collett.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that now, that's going to be a big call in this game.
We mentioned that Franklin Pierce would get a few goals. Here's a chance for Keene State. They score! I can't believe my eyes, Ryan. Keene State leads 6-5. 1:10 to go in the second. A shorthanded goal. Michael Baschetto puts the Owls on top.
I mean, man, I don't think I've ever seen a 6-goal period. I mean, in any time I've ever watched a hockey game. This is unbelievable.
I am at a loss for words. This might be the best hockey game I've called so far, the best hockey game I may have watched.
I think I have to agree on that. I mean, this has just been unbelievable every time. It's like watching basketball.
Yeah.
It's like,
just no words except electric.
yeah, no, I mean, this has just been the way I would want to start a season at home.
Battling in the corner, under a minute to go here in the second period. McCauley battling with Paganini. Now here's Pick. Pressure coming from behind. Out to McGuire. He shoots. Reardon makes the save. Battling in the corner. 30 seconds to go in the period. 32 on the power play. It will carry over a few seconds into the third. Here's Nick Fish, a chance. That one goes wide. What a chance again for the Ravens. Here's McCauley battling in the corner. Player goes down. Puck is cleared away. And I believe there is a delayed penalty on Keene State from the contact made in the corner. The final seconds tick down. That will do it for the second period. Keene State will start the period, I believe, 5-on-3 on the penalty kill. But just no words. What a period we just witnessed. Unbelievable, a 9-goal second period. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to continue this one here in Keene for the start of the third on the Owls Media Network.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go into personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan and will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car. Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
My name is Ali Alzuar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person. I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
College sports fans, get ready for game day with officially licensed merchandise from the NCAA official online shop, ncaa.com/shop. Get the whole family geared up with the best collection of apparel and accessories, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, headwear, championship gear, and more. Visit the NCAA shop for today's special offer and rep your favorite team now. Only at ncaa.com/shop.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
Let's turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
And welcome back to the Yellows Media Network. Really no words to solidly describe the period we just saw A 9-goal period combined, 6 goals for Keene State, 3 for Franklin Pierce. There was a 5-minute major. There were multiple power play goals, a shorthanded goal. Ryan, how can the teams calm down and try and really adjust things here heading into the third?
I mean, honestly, I think if you're on the Franklin Pierce side of things, you're down by a goal here and you have this power play. I think for Franklin Pierce, they really kind of come out here with their same logic they played in that first period, which is, really lock it down, kind of just keep Keene State out of that offensive zone. And if you're Keene State, I really think that if you really want to just seal this game off, you do the exact same thing Franklin Pierce did in that first period. You lock it down. That's what they got to do in this period, is both teams got to lock down their defensive sides.
Keene State will start the period down 5-on-3 for the first 3 seconds. And just like that, Mike Collett's 5-minute major is up now. A power play for Franklin Pierce. Declan House was called at the end of the period there. Now that one in the corner. Paganini's the first one there. Controlled by Jason Smith. Trying to clear it away. He can't. McGuire's shot from the point is gloved by Reardon.
I think if you're also to add on to that, what we were talking about earlier with what they got to do in this period is, if you're Keene State as well, what you got to do is you got to support Reardon. You really got to support him in this game. Like, he has struggled here a little bit in this game. He's made some good saves, but I think a lot of times he's gotten a lot of point-blank shots and a lot of open opportunities, from Franklin Pierce that he's not really been able to handle because there was no defense back.
Yeah, that first goal was a tough bounce off of Sean Hoffman's stick. That one went right out in front, and Chris Foster was able to clean up the loose change. The second goal, wide open player out in front on the power play. And he's been beaten on some shots, but definitely an exciting home opener for the Owls. As here's Festa. Festa trying to get space. He goes down right in front of the referee. He was sitting on top of Nick Fish. We play on. Here's Mario Paganini. Trying to get some space in the middle of the ice. Once again, Ryan Arneson alongside Teddy Steinberg. Now here's Austin Pick. That shot deflected in! And Franklin Pierce has tied it. John Sterling has 2. What a tip.
Great opportunity right there for Franklin Pierce. A good shot, a good tip. And I mean, now we're 6-6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this game has just kind of completely restarted itself again.
So a minute 31 into the third period. John Sterling, second of the game, has tied things up at 6 apiece. A barn burner here in Keene for the home opener. A power play goal as well. As Koschel having trouble handling it. That one almost got to the stick of Nick Blanchette. Player goes down out in front. The Owls control. Here's Chrysophides. He'll take a hit. Chrysophides goes down. Here's a chance. That shot way wide. And Unger trying to chip it out of the zone. Carney's there to help. Unger gets it to Carney. At the middle of the ice. Chrysophides now. He's got 2 tonight. Fans on the shot, but regains possession. Back up top. McBride couldn't get all of it. The puck ends up going out of the zone. Pardon me, that was Ryan Koschel on the shot. A chip pass. Carney couldn't get it to Chrysophides. He now gets it on the blue line. McBride holds back. Down low to Chrysophides. Chrysophides goes down in the corner, but comes away with it. Puck back up to the point. McBride able to keep it in. Gets it down to Chouinard. Joe Fontaine now. He's got a goal tonight. McBride finds Fontaine. He couldn't handle it. Fontaine now working in the corner. Up to Chouinard. The shot is saved by Connor. So the Owls now 30 shots on goal. And 6 goals so far. Franklin Pierce, 20 shots on goal. And 6 goals as well. Second line out there for Keene. Again, it's Franklin Pierce's second line. That one gets past Lindholm, chasing after it. McBride. Ursillo on his tail. McBride comes away with it. Takes a hit, but gets it out of the zone. Chouinard finds Fontaine. Couldn't get it through the middle of the ice. Puck ends up going to the stick of Chouinard. McGuire off the glass, gloved by Sean McBride. Here's Gray. And that one is off glass and down the ice. And whistled for icing. Lindholm gets there first. 16:30 to go here in period number 3.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think really that was a real heartbreaking goal early on for Keene State. It really feels like this game is now back to anyone's game. No one has control over it anymore. And that's really been the struggle for anybody to get control.
Yeah.
Control the game.
Well, it's really, you have someone score, and then they score right back. Christofides loses the handle. That goes to the stick of Sterling. Christofides throws a check at Sterling. Both of those players are on hat trick watch. They have 2 goals apiece. Now Hoffman, light touch pass, too short for Unger. A shot from outside is handled by Reardon. Now in the neutral zone, here comes Carney. Avoids the check. Centering pass, Christofides gets around the player and still battling for it, coming away with it momentarily. It's back out to Chris Carney. That shot blocked. McCauley, Christofides. He'll cycle it in deep. And that puck is chipped out. McCauley chasing after it. Hoffman couldn't handle it. And tried to find Boschetto behind his back. Unable. And now the Owls have it in their own zone. Delayed offside, so it gives them a little more time to break the puck out. That one chipped in by Peyton Jones, chasing after it, Jared Martin. And Connor will cover it up. Kind of a delayed whistle there on the tie-up by Connor. I thought they were going to blow it after Martin got close to the goaltender.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked for a second maybe like he didn't have it frozen for a sec or something. I don't know. It just was a little bit late because it was wasted the second wave of Keene that came through blew the whistle on.
He ended up getting snowed too, which is
usually not a
obviously can be a spark for some post-whistle shoves. That one off glass, handled by Pick. He gets it out of the zone. Paganini, center of the ice, a shot from outside. Reardon gets the blocker on it. That one off the stick of Chase Levian. Freshman out of Arvada, Colorado, playing in his first career collegiate game. Cam Reardon with 16 saves on the night. That one off glass. Getting to it first is Thor Hansen. He's got a goal here tonight. Hansen toe drags, runs into 2 Ravens, takes a hit there. Now battling for it, Festa's shot. That one went 10 feet wide. Now I thought House played it with a high stick there. He did not. He now has control. Collett tries to find Hansen on the chip off the boards, but it's back into the Owls' end. Here's House. He'll work behind his own net. To Hansen. Cross ice. Collett couldn't handle it. And now here's Sean McBride. Center of the ice, he'll get it in deep, chasing after it is Chouinard. Chouinard battling for it on the far boards. Festa is there for assistance. Festa comes away with it. Here's McBride, a shot. The save is made by Connor. .53 to go here in period number 3. We are all tied at 6 in a goal-filled home opener.
Yeah, goal-filled for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been probably the most offensive game I've ever watched in my life.
Here's Foster. That one off the stick of Fontaine. Ursillo Takes a few shoves from Sean McBride there behind the play. It goes unnoticed. As Sean Gray able to keep the puck moving, but now handled by Branish. Fret couldn't get a hand on it. And Gray couldn't handle the pass there. Now here's McGuire. Chipped in by Foster. And Lindholm's the first one to retrieve it. Jack Lindholm. Sean Gray on the near hash. Chouinard is there for assistance. Bringing it out now for the Owls. Finding some open space. McGuire intercepts the dump in. And now he has space. He'll fire it in deep. That one hit off of linesman Jack Mikominski. And now other way. Here come the Owls. A chance. Koshal out in front. And Kearney couldn't tap it in. Here's a shot deflected. Unger fighting for the rebound. The puck is ruled dead. That's a quick dead call right there. That slipped away. I think that could have been a huge Keene State opportunity right there. Off of a lucky break off of the linesman.
Yeah, that was a stinger too. You could tell he's going to feel that one for a bit.
Yeah. So an offensive zone face-off for Keene State. Off a good chance from Peter Unger. Kearney will take the draw. It's under Levian. Coming out, Christofides couldn't get the shot off. Now here's Pick ahead for Mario Paganini. Back to the center. Pick is stopped by Reardon. And some post-whistle activities between a few members of each team. 12:24 to go here in the third.
Yeah, the tensions are only going to build from here on out. I mean, you've scored 6 apiece on each side, and it's just been a dogfight this game. It's just been an absolute shootout from the get-go.
That shot deflected wide, and now here's Kearney. Drew White tried to flick into the center. Christofides tries to play it away. Second effort gets it away, and here's Unger chasing after, trying to beat the icing. He does. It's crunched behind the boards there. As that one now played out. Chasing back after it is Declan House, and that one will go for an icing. Head coach Bobby Rodrigue making, or potentially making, some adjustments there. Franklin Pierce head coach Connor Foley is calling a timeout now. He'll take the timeout. He was confused about the icing call. And so as Foley takes the timeout, we'll step away for just a few moments. We'll be back momentarily on the Owls Media Network.
Benton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty on no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I did an internship my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I want to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for water and wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, and it's actually really cool and I'm enjoying it a lot.
And we are back following the timeout called by head coach Connor Foley. 6-6 between the Ravens and the Owls. 11:50 to go in the third period. Zombie Nation is playing. The building's getting loud. The Owls, following an icing, have an offensive zone faceoff. Sterling spins away from the contact. Now here's McGuire. Up to Ursillo. Takes the hit from Festa. Big open ice hit from Luke Festa. Now here's Sean McBride into the middle. Festa the rebound. Another save. 2 big saves from Jeremy Connor on Luke Festa. Now a big hit by Lindholm in front of the Owls bench. This game has gotten really physical. Here's Hansen. Foster going down in the corner. Hansen getting crunched from behind. And a delayed penalty on the Ravens. The Owls will go to the power play. Christensen will get possession, so 11:04 to go here in the third period. Ursillo goes down, I believe. Not sure if Hansen made contact with him, but this game getting chippy fast. As Giovanni Ursillo will sit for the second time tonight.
This is going to be the big moment in this game, I think, for Keene State right here. I think if they want to take the win right here, this is going to be the best opportunity they're going to get so far in this period. I think they have this momentum. You see Chrisofides, he does that little lurking thing where he waits on the top, right over on the blue line. Like, I don't know. I think this offense is going to do it right here.
A 2-minute minor for boarding. The Owls looking to get on top in this shootout that we have here. That's the best way to put it.
Absolutely.
A shootout.
That's the only way. Only way.
Chrisofides. Hansen, he fires. Never got through. And cleared away by Joshua Tisdale. So definitely a much more relaxed period so far from the last period we had. There were 2 goals scored in the first. Franklin Pierce had both of those, 9 in the second. Keene State had 6, Franklin Pierce had 3, and Franklin Pierce has the only goal here this period. A centering pass, couldn't get to Chrisofides, and cleared away by Sterling. A good play there by the Ravens. Here's Chrisofides now on the near boards. For the House. Would have had a prime chance, but he missed the puck. Now 50 seconds to go on the Owls' man advantage. Chrisofides couldn't get it by McGuire, and now out of the zone. Lindholm gets the chip on it. Chouinard now controls, staying on side is Chrisofides. Chouinard's pass gets knocked away. He'll get it back. Over for Sean McBride. And Kearney is whistled off sides. So not the power play the Owls have wanted so far. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. 9:34 to go in the period.
No, yeah, I mean, I think you got to give props to Franklin Pierce here, though. I think they've done a really good job maintaining their structure as a penalty kill. Especially on this shift right here, they've really done a good job forming it up and keeping themselves relatively tight. So we still got more physical stuff going on.
Definitely some chippiness as the tensions have rose. High-scoring game will come with penalties. Fontaine keeps it alive. Takes contact on the near hash. Puck still loose underneath the pile-up there. Kearney comes away with it out in front. Intercepted by Sam Mitchell and cleared away. So that will do it for the Owls power play. A great kill there from Franklin Pierce, now applying the pressure on Keene State. Lindholm chasing after it in the far corner. He'll take a hit. McBride now controls. And mishandling it is Chouinard, possibly a snow pile up there in the offensive zone. That puck is dumped in deep by Howard. McBride's the first one to get there. Peyton Jones. Piscetto. Cross ice, Martin chasing after it. Him and Foster. Frett gets there, it's cleared out. And now here's Isaiah Frankel. 1-on-2, he goes down. Nice move there. Reardon comes out and he'll cover it.
Yeah, that's a really smart move.
Some more pushes and shoves between the Ravens and the Owls. Jared Martin was there in the corner. Frankel Christensen for Franklin Pierce. 8:13 to go.
Oh, we're gonna
and Sean Hoffman is called for the penalty.
Yeah, that's the extracurricular stuff we've been talking about all night, though. We knew it was going to bite someone at some point. It was just getting a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, but Hoffman's the one to go, and so that's going to be big for Franklin Pierce.
That 1-1 back to the point. 8:08 to go here in the third period. Here's Pick. Watched by Festa. Wrapped around and cleared out by Keene State. We saw last night the Owls only took 2 penalties. An issue this Owls team had, at least early, as here's a turnover. That shot's blocked. They took a lot of penalties early in the season last year. Obviously some growing pains, but definitely as the season went on, it got better and better. 2 penalties last night. Now the Owls they've had trouble staying disciplined here tonight.
Yeah, no, they definitely struggled, and that's one of the big things that's given Franklin Pierce their opportunities tonight is, 1, it's the penalties, and 2, it's the turnovers in the neutral zone. I think they've had a lot of neutral zone opportunities aspire from, Keene State's turnovers. And I think that, comes, and then the penalty kill or the power play and all that kind of stuff from Franklin Pierce has been really good tonight. And,
yeah, that one chipped away. Here's Sean Gray. He shoots, and this glove save is made by Connor. Yeah. What an opportunity for Sean Gray.
Yeah, terrific opportunity, but an even better save right there from Connor. Terrific glove save, and Gray had an awesome opportunity right there. Great shot, too. Tried to go up on the glove side and just could not get it.
Great poke at the blue line to get that rush. Now the Owls have an offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill. Now that one into the corner. Chopping at it, Fontaine. Here's Fret. He'll hold back and hit Branish cross ice. Todd Branish gets it back. Here's Sterling. That pass never got through. A dangerous pass there. And here's Blanchette. Up top. Gets it back from Branish. The shot that got blocked. Bounce off the boards. Reardon trying to find it. That puck was loose. And the player getting tackled on top of Reardon. We'll see if there's anything called here.
There's got to be a penalty on Franklin Pierce
here. Sean McBride
Like, come on.
Was getting tackled. Sean Gray and Blanchette go at it in front of the net. John Sterling has lost his helmet. This game is starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a ridiculous play right there. I mean, he just dumped him right on top of Reardon for no reason.
We'll see what the call's here.
Oh, we're sending...
So McBride goes to the box. There will be a Franklin Pierce player going to the box as well. That is Sterling.
I think that's ridiculous. I mean, that was completely obviously started after the play by Franklin Pierce.
McBride did throw some type of contact after getting tackled. He might have said something as well.
I mean, you get tackled, what are you going to say, though? You know what I mean? It's probably going to be pretty colorful, you know what I mean? Like, tackled after the whistle's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him. I just think I don't think it's ridiculous.
So the matching penalties go on John Sterling and Sean McBride for roughing. And so it will still be 5-on-4. 33 seconds left on the Franklin Pierce power play. Here's Pick getting that one on goal. And Reardon will just tie it up. So 2 of the Owls' main defensemen in the box right now, especially for the final moments of this kill and in the late moments of the third period.
Yeah, I know. They really need someone to step up on defense right here, give them the final 30 seconds of this kill.
Now the Owls able to get it out of the zone. That's Peyton Jones trying to make a move on McGuire, throws a check instead after getting it taken away. Here's Bischetto. That one cleared away. Jones gets a stick on it. It's back to the boards. Bischetto, a nice step there. Back to McGuire. Final 5 seconds here on the Franklin Pierce power play. Here's Doug McGuire, the shot save made by Reardon. So I've seen this before in the NHL. I don't think they'll do it. There was one moment I was at a Bruins game many years ago. It was against the Capitals. Ovechkin got a penalty. And then the whistle was blown and the clock was stopped. With 1 second left on the penalty kill, they have the door open for Hoffman. They'll close it now, but they let out Ovechkin with a second left. They're not going to do that here. As it is, an offensive zone faceoff for Franklin Pierce. Nice hit there behind the net. Hoffman is out of the box. And Unger chases after Keenan Howard. He'll leave it for Madzi. Unger comes away with it. Here's Kearney. To Christofides in the corner. Hoffman, the shot, it's deflected, they score! Sean Hoffman gives the Owls the lead. Fresh out of the box, his second of the game.
An absolute snipe goes top to bottom. Terrific goal by Keene State and Hoffman. And I mean, you got to feel a little bit for Connor. I mean, he's played a heck of a game here tonight, and that's a killer right there. That one took a deflection out in front. It must have gone off of a Franklin Pierce player. There wasn't really an Owl in the vicinity. So Sean Hoffman, he has 3 goals in his collegiate career now, all 3 against Franklin Pierce. And I just want to mention that we were, making predictions for this period before we came on air. And I said it was going to be 8-6, and I want to say that's still alive right now. Definitely on pace. 5.5 minutes to go here. Here's a shot by Tisdale. Reardon is able to turn it away. Battling for it, Smith, as well as Hansen. Here's a shot from outside. Reardon, the spinning save. It's been a great period from Reardon, hasn't it? It's been a good period from Reardon. I think he's put on a show here in this third period. I think those nerves finally kind of settled in after a couple of periods, and I think he's ready to play some college hockey. He has been very strong this period. Yes, only allowing the 1 goal. He's faced a lot more shots this period. 5:13 to go. As that puck is cleared out of the zone. Off the leg of Unger. He'll go back to mid-ice. Chasing after it, McCauley behind the net. Christofides tries to get the chip around. He gets it to Chase Kearney, pardon me. Kearney behind the net. Up top, McCauley tries to get a tip on. No one was there. Here's Christofides. McCauley. Here's Christofides. That shot was blocked. A rebound. Save made by Connor. And the net gets dislodged. Now some punches coming in from Isaiah Frankel. Yeah, come on. That's got to be a penalty. I saw at least 3 haymakers. I saw 3 punches before I saw a single Keene State player throw any punches back. And I know they're going to send someone. Yep, they're going to send someone to the box for Keene State. Seriously. I mean, it's like, how many times you got to get beaten up on this team by Franklin Pierce tonight without, while catching penalties with them? I mean, it's been like that. Second time it's happened this period. Second time it's happened in 5 minutes. Bobby Rodriguez, just as confused as we are. He is at the door of the bench. He's furious. I don't understand how Christofides is in the box right now. That's absolutely insane. He caught 3 punches from Isaiah Frankel. And where's Frankel? Where's Frankel? Yep, he's not there. On the bench. Yep, not there. That is a ridiculous call. This is why people want robot referees, because this kind of stuff happens. So what we thought would be a power play to at least put the game away for Keene State is a power play for Franklin Pierce with under 4.5 minutes to go. Here's a shot by McGuire. It's in between the legs of Reardon. He'll get the whistle. Good save there by Reardon. Yeah, I am just at shock with the call there. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Coach Rodriguez still letting Chris Sacca hear it. Reardon flashes the leather to keep Keene State in the lead. If Keene State wins this game, that's got to be the save right there. That was a terrific save. Unbelievable. In the splits too.
So 4:20 to go here in the third period. The Owls lead by 1, 1:46 left on the Franklin Pierce power play. Here's Pick trying to get it through. It's taken away. Here's Basquetto. He lost the puck 3 seconds after he gets hit. No call there. Franklin Pierce controls. He was looking for a penalty. Here's McGuire now, trying to find space. A nice move around McBride. A pass out in front. That one had some loft on it. Now here's Basquetto. Festa throwing some contact at McGuire. The shot from Basquetto. The puck squirts through the blue paint. Luke Festa just took a cross check to the back of the head behind the play.
Yep, no call though, right? Yep.
This game has gotten out of hand. A whistle blown.
It's gone out of hand, but it seems like the referees are only looking at the guys in white out there right now. I am very interested at this.
Puck went out of play. 1 minute and 1 second to go on the power play. 3:35 remaining in the period. Owls lead by 1 thanks to the shot from Sean Hoffman, deflected out in front. That one chipped ahead by Peyton Jones. Back to Branish. Loses the puck momentarily, but gets it back. Here's Branish. That shot got deflected and goes out of play. And after the conclusion of this one, stick around for post-game interviews. We'll have head coach Bobby Rodrigue, as well as a few players following the conclusion of this one here tonight.
It's going to be some interesting interviews for sure, Teddy.
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to be interesting.
At least after the second period, we thought that from the high scoring. The third period has been very chippy, physical. It's gotten out of hand, so I have no clue what to expect.
We're trying to find someone to interview with a couple points on the night or something, and I mean, if you look at down the Keene State roster right now, quite a bit of people got points on their name.
Here's Branish. Top of the zone, that shot goes wide. Out in front. Reardon doesn't have his stick. It's poked away by Hoffman. Here's Blanchette. 20 seconds left on the power play. Hoffman makes the big play. Pardon me, that was Mike Collett. And the puck is cleared down. Final seconds of the power play here. Centering pass. Blanchette hit it off the back of the Owls defender. Now Reardon able to find it. And another stoppage with 1 second left on the power play. 2:35 to go in the third.
Yeah, I mean, I think if this penalty kill stands, which I hope it will with 1 second, I think this was a really, really good penalty kill from Keene State. They did everything they needed to, and Reardon did an amazing job. He's been terrific. I mean,
he's been amazing.
This period has been really, really good for him.
Here's Fish trying to get a step. It's poked away by Carney. Now here is Chase Carney trying to get it up. Christofides gets in the way of the shot from Howard. And the whistle blown offsides is the call. 2:18 to go. Back to full strength.
And this is where we're going to start seeing the questioning of when is Connor going to make himself take a little trip to the bench here.
Yep.
You know, we're kind of creeping in on that time.
Draw is won by Franklin Pierce. And Fish is able to keep it in. In the corner, pass out front. He gets the pick on the far boards. Now battling for it, Owls and Ravens. Multiple players there. McBride able to get it out of the zone. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's Madzi. Off the glass and deflected into the Owls zone by Pick. Madzi gloves it. Here's Hansen now. Shot on from outside the blue line. And Connor will just get a whistle. So 1:42 remaining now.
Yeah, we're going to probably have to see something from Franklin Pierce. They'll probably end up clearing this thing out and probably sending Connor to the bench here.
Well, that's if they get the puck out.
If they can get it out. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Keene State's offensive pressure has been pretty intense tonight.
Yeah. And the whistle blown. Did someone go early? I believe they did. Mario Paganini looks like a set play here for Franklin Pierce. Mario Paganini was skating past the Ravens bench with speed. We'll see if Lindholm, he did signal towards it. Will he adjust? He will. So there's a set play. The change is made. Sterling right there. And now here comes Levy, and the shot goes wide. And there goes Connor. So empty net for the Ravens. 6-on-5 with under 90 seconds to go. Lindholm struggling with it. The puck goes over the net. And Paganini gets there. That puck out of his own. Branish couldn't handle it. Chouinard battling for it on the boards. It's kept in. McBride able to get it out. Ahead for Unger. Dropped at the blue line. Unger ices it. Peter Unger puts the game away. 8-6 Owls. And Sean Gray got absolutely leveled at the blue line, but he was able to get it to Peter Unger. And the Owls look like they're on their way to winning their home opener and moving to 2-0 on the season.
And even if this isn't the night you wanted for Keene State, or you feel as though you might have left something out there, I think this win is really good. I think this is a really solid win for the team. You know, the offense looked really, really, really good tonight. And I think the defense obviously is going to need to work on some things, I think, in the next couple of days. And moving forward, I think they have to play Babson next. Babson's a tough opponent to face. They're one of the better teams, so especially in the LEC. So I think, realistically, I think there's a lot of good to take away from this game if you're Keene State as well.
25 seconds to go. We'll keep an eye on anything that happens after the buzzer. Hopefully players can keep it clean. We've seen a lot of big hits, a lot of cheaper hits this period. As that one out in front, Paganini, the save is made by Reardon. Puck still loose out in front. It goes out to the point. 3 seconds to go in the corner. Owls hang on and move to 2-0. What a game, Ryan.
Absolutely, Teddy. It's been an awesome start to the season. I'm glad we're here, dude. Hockey is back in Keene, dude.
A barn burner win, 8-6 over Franklin Pierce. Peter Unger got the empty netter to give the Owls a 2-goal lead. Sean Hoffman had 2 goals tonight, including the game winner in the third period. Stick around for post-game interviews. We'll be back in a few moments to talk about what happened, because a lot of stuff happened, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay tuned. We'll be back on the Owls Media Network.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray. Yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls, and remember at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
New Car Nissan of Keene has over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. The largest selection of new Nissans in New Hampshire. Plus, every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. And will deliver your new car anywhere in the Granite State for free. Come explore our stunning new state-of-the-art facility. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
to the Owls Media Network. Teddy Steinberg joined by Sean Hoffman and Marcus Chrysofides. And fellas, that was a barn burner, as we like to say. You both had 2 goals apiece. How did you really manage the game, especially in the second period and then in the third when things got chippy?
Well, to start, we didn't really manage it pretty well. We didn't come out to the start we wanted, but found a way.
I think that we were faster than them, used it to our advantage. Once we got the puck deep, first guy on it, cycle. I feel like low to high was there, so let's utilize that.
And Sean, I'll ask you this question personally. When you see Franklin Pierce on the schedule from now on, do your eyes open? You have 3 goals in your entire career. They're all against Franklin Pierce. Is there something about this opponent coming in?
I mean, every blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, Marcus, you continue your scoring. You were held off the score sheet last night. What was your mindset heading into this one, saying, hey, I need to get something going? You put us on the board first.
I just think I needed one to fall, honestly. It's been a while since I scored. Even last year, last 4 games, I didn't get one, so I just needed one to fall, and it finally happened. Jack Lindholm gave me a great pass, so it's great.
And now, next weekend, you guys start 2-0. You have conference games coming up. How can you manage, well, what is the mindset heading into practice this week? Are the vibes good?
Vibes are going to be good, but we got to start fast, or much faster than we did tonight. And last night, conference play is a whole different animal. So happy to get these 2, but ready for that.
Yeah, I think the conference is going to be a lot tougher than we expect. So I think practice starts in practice. Every day we just got to get 1% better and just everything harder.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the win tonight, guys, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
College sports fans, get ready for game day with officially licensed merchandise from the NCAA official online shop, ncaa.com/shop. Get the whole family geared up with the best collection of apparel and accessories, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, headwear, championship gear, and more. Visit the NCAA shop for today's special offer and rep your favorite team now. Only at ncaa.com/shop.
And now welcome back, Teddy Steinberg with Ryan Otterson. Now with head coach Bobby Rodriguez. Coach, a high-scoring one. It got chippy towards the end. What are your overall thoughts on tonight's effort?
I'd love to not see a game like that again for a while. It was fun and it was crazy, but that's not the way we expect games to go.
Coach, so, you kind of came out in the first period a little flat-footed. You were down 2-0. Like, what are you planning on doing to kind of come out more on the, on the ready, in these games?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is the 3rd straight game that we've had a really terrible first period. We talked last night, we talked today, we talked before the game about having a good start, and we didn't. So so we're going to address it in some fashion in practice for sure this week, and hopefully we have a better start because we can't afford to start games the way we've been starting them.
So you start 2-0. 2 non-conference teams that you beat last year. You beat them again this season. Now you move into your first LEC game against Babson. What's your mindset heading into that?
Yeah, I think the boys are excited. It's we know it's an uphill battle. We're a young team. We're a new team. We'd like to be a team on the move, but we're also pretty realistic. Our conference is tough. Our conference is really tough. There are a lot of strong teams, a lot of experienced teams who have played a lot. We've watched a lot of their tape, and we're going to fight. Like I said, that's why we can't start the way we started these last couple because we're getting into big boy hockey now.
Coach, one thing that was positive about tonight, I know it was a very shaky game, but was the offense. You guys put up a lot of goals. What does that have to say about the potential of this offense going forward into the season?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, it's scoring's fun, right? And putting up good numbers is fun, so that was good. But you know, I mean, we also don't want to find ourselves in track meets, right? Like we'd rather possess the puck a little bit more, you know, and get our chances and get our opportunities.
You'd rather a 3-0 win than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Controlled game.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I don't know that I had 8-6 on my bingo card. I certainly didn't have Sean Hoffman scoring 2 on my bingo card. So.
But also, player that really shined, especially in the third period from my point of view, Cam Reardon made his first career start tonight. What were your thoughts on him?
Yeah, Cam settled in nicely. It's Cam is a fierce competitor, and we know that he's going to be an outstanding goaltender, and we wanted him to get in there tonight. I think he was the victim of a weird goal right out of the gate, like the way that puck squirted out front. It was a flutter puck to get out to in front of the crease, and it was kind of a flutter puck off a stick that got under his arm to get in. That's tough for a young goalie, you know, who's in his first career NCAA start. And he was also the victim of a lot of weird goals. You know, I mean, there were a lot of tips, a lot of screens, a lot of power play goals. Like, our penalty kill has to be a lot better for whoever our goaltender is. But Cam did settle in the third period. He made a couple of real beauties, but he also made a lot of solid, consistent saves, and that shows because it was very different than the first two.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the win tonight. I would say go celebrate it, but obviously, job's not finished, right?
No, we're right back to work.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
My name is Ali Alzuar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person, I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
Keene State got it done. Final 8-6, a wild shootout here for the home opener as they took down Franklin Pierce. Marcus Grisafides, 2 goals. Sean Hoffman, 2 goals. Cam Reardon in his first career start gets the first career win. Sean Hoffman also had the game-winning goal. The Owls are back in action on Friday for their first LEC matchup against Babson. That was a fun one here. Thanks for joining us on the Owls Media Network. For Ryan Otterson and our great team here at Keene State, my name is Teddy Steinberg. Have a great rest of your night.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.